Hello animals, this is Drinking with Dinner on the Ice Between Eyeliner channel. But since it is Lent, I won't be drinking. I didn't even know it was Lent until they said it on the Christian radio station, but I'm already high. I don't really see a problem with being high. I got coconut water. It was $2.50, and that's what it used to cost. I really hope that there are tiny chunks of coconut in the bottom of this drink, because I absolutely love that feature. I figured rehearsals would be kind of fun, and they kind of are, but also they're kind of boring. You play your part and you get it wrong, and you get told that you're doing it wrong every time. I didn't know how I was supposed to act as this one character. It turns out I'm pretty much supposed to be Jim Carrey, but I was playing it like he was a normal guy, so that part was a bit confusing for me. I like the play. There's lots of wacky, zany characters, and I like that I go to this place and everybody there is an adult, and none of them are annoying. None of them insult me. I like it. It's really nice. It's the first time I've been accepted by a group of adults. And I mean actual adults who live in reality all the time. And I don't like being around people that's online all the time, that think social media is, real, and all these things that get passed around on there have any basis in reality. But I think that's more of a far left thing. And I haven't had to say the he, him pronoun for somebody that shops in the she, her section. It's been pretty cool. This is what I'm eating today. Everland Organic Kettle Valley Trail Mix. And I've never even heard that type of trail mix, but I freaking love the song about the Kettle Valley line.
I always ride up on the roof on the Kettle Valley line. I always ride up on the roof. I could ride inside, but what's the use?
It's pretty expensive being at $4 for 150 grams, but it's definitely a food, and it's local. If there's one thing I love in life, it's trail mix and cheese and liquor, but I didn't end up getting any cheese. This was all from the clearance section. Got some fruit to go bars for 25 cents each, so I got $1 worth of those. And I got some white chocolate with Madagascan vanilla, and it's organic, $4, made in Italy. And I got some snack packs. It's been a good, I don't know, at least 10 years since I've had those. Those things are fantastic. Probably. Right now I'm actually in a part of the city where it's beautiful to walk, and homeless people aren't begging you for money or fighting, doing drugs right next to you. I like seeing people walk by, because people in this area aren't dickheads, and that's kind of nice. This trail mix is really interesting stuff. It's got stuff in there that I haven't eaten before. It's got mulberry. It's got all these things that, look like little bits of corn and whatnot, but I'm pretty sure they're not. It's been a long freaking time since I've sat at a river. In fact, I'm not at the right river. I wanted to go to the other one, but I'm not gonna freaking scoot 2 or 3 kilometers after I've already been scooting for 10 kilometers just to go to a river that's slightly bigger. Yeah, there's mulberry and goji berry in here, and I haven't had either of those. I might have had goji berry. It's just kind of cool how I'm in a group of adults that these people just have, their lives going on and stuff. I like hanging out with, the younger homies and whatnot, but sometimes it's like, how do you not have hobbies? And how do you not have, a job and, any goal in life or whatever? I think I'm around currently some people that they like being around me. They're just at where I'm at in life, I mean, all the people there are older than me. They're all, accomplished, have careers and children and husbands and wives and whatnot. And it's just so incredibly weird. I just always figure that people that's older than me are going to be dicks to me, but none of these people are. I always think people are going to call me out on not being successful and being a loser, and my YouTube career is not successful, and how I'm ugly and I wear stupid clothes that don't fit me and whatnot. Most of these people in this theater troupe are chicks, so obviously they're not going to hate on me. You have to go dig real down to find the hardened, bitter little pieces of garbage that will insult you if they're grown women. Sometimes it's difficult to find men around that are, polite and want to be friends and have time for you and stuff. But I went to a beach fire recently after one of the rehearsals. I met new animals, got to squeak, and we watched the eclipse. There was just nothing really wrong with that picture at all. And again, no one insulted me. I just meet such mean people on 4chan. I try to give people advice sometimes, or get people to give me advice, and people are just dicks, I mean, I don't care if somebody calls me a faggot. I genuinely could not care less. And who cares if someone calls me a tranny? I don't give a damn at all. There's no point to that. I mean, you have to be pretty freaking low on the totem pole to even be giving a damn about that if somebody just calls you a slur or whatever. But in my area, people don't really call each other slurs, if it's not a joke. They brought in all the incels into 4chan, and they convert each other into incels and whatnot. These guys want government-provided girlfriends, and yet they don't realize that they're going to get girlfriends that are, proportional to how they are. Because the run-of-the-mill self-hating guy is always going to end up with a freaking run-of-the-mill self-hating chick. And there's no guy that wants that. You kind of just end up with that. It's worth it to stop hating yourself by doing something for yourself. Because you don't have to change your belief system at all. You just have to basically do what I did and join a theater group. I mean, I get to spend 9 hours a week with these people, and it only cost me $20. I have friends and, a purpose for 9 hours a week. And the only thing you got to do is remember a couple lines. I think I thought it'd be kind of pointless, but, when you end up 9 hours a week in a room with all these people that all have this one purpose, that kind of also becomes your purpose. And at the other groups I join, there's no purpose to them. You kind of just show up and then you do something or you don't. And nobody's just allowed to be a dick to you. And so I figured that I'm well protected from general adults being dicks to each other. Because the only other social aspect to my life other than the actual friends I have is just going on 4chan. And anybody under 30 on 4chan is just going to tell you you're ugly and you're going to die alone. No one in their right mind wants to hear that. I don't get it. I'm not into censorship at all, but when it comes to people that are just bringing the frickin' mood down from every angle, not good. No, get them gone. We're not doing this. It's incredibly annoying. I've completely given up helping people on 4chan be convinced to not off themselves. I used to do that a lot. I used to, be a counselor on 4chan, basically. I would log on a couple nights a week for a couple hours and just go on about, how to do stuff in your life and basically how to keep your hope up. And at this point, none of them want to hear it. We're past the pandemic and these people are so freaking well bitter and jaded and just plain freaking evil. I mean, there's no one I've met in real life that was as bitter as these people. And that's including me. I was really freaking bad off in terms of this. For the past decade, I've been miserable. I think the corn-looking thing up in here is the mulberry, and it's extremely good, and I heavily recommend it. Just go out and get yourself some mulberry. It's amazing. It tastes like, you know, old-timey frickin' dried out fruit. It's awesome. It's like tea flavoring or something. This is just fantastic. I love when it's speckled like that. Tells you that there's real vanilla in there. Being around people that have achieved their goals already, goals that take years and years to achieve, it really puts it into perspective that I can do that as well. Instead of measuring myself against people that I don't respect, saying, oh yeah, well, I no longer have respect for this guy, so, you know, technically I'm doing better than him because I'm more moral than him or whatever. It's just nice to not be the oldest one in the room for once. Or at least the oldest young guy in the room. I'm so sick of just feeling like I'm at the kids' table all the time. Or feeling like I solely am the kids' table and everyone takes fricking pity on me for just messing up my life for the past 25 years. And there's no frickin' gossip there either. People talk about gossip as if it's only a chick thing. You guys do gossip too, and how am I supposed to enjoy talking to some people when they're always just talking about other people and how they're bad? And I gotta frickin' say something like that so that I can get a laugh out of people, you know? Life isn't always funny like that. People aren't always complete write-offs. You know, nobody is so freaking stupid that, you know, I gotta go on about it and on about it and on about it. Every week. No one wants to hear this. No matter where you are, it's just easier that you get it through your head freaking quicker that a lot of people are not complete write-offs and you don't have to freaking rip on people all the time. It'll be better to realize that quicker than to mess around being in that stupid mindset the whole time. It's just not that entertaining, you know. Sometimes I don't want to pull up and hear a diss track every day. Sometimes I don't want to be the one that's people are making a diss track about behind my freaking back. Because they do say things like that, you know. They do say people are going to talk behind your back when they're always talking behind other people's back. But it's not till that actually happens that, you know, you really understand it. And sometimes you'll be caught off guard hearing this. And it's like, wow, well, you could have said that to my face. That's really messed up. It's got to be the same thing over and over. About the same people. And I don't know, I got other stuff going on in my life. Not all of my friends want to talk to me, but I got a YouTube channel and freaking a play and getting rid of stuff to worry about. And I just got rid of 3 bags of stuff today, so I'm just not worried about sitting around fraternizing with people that I feel like secretly hate me, or when I'm just a complete black sheep of the group. I mean, I get it. I'm not perfect. I've accepted that. Months ago, I was freaking, you know, a couple years away from getting a locally hated sticker on my car. But see, the thing is, I don't even have a license. But it's true. Yeah, I do hate myself that much. So what? I've spent half my life being extremely reliant on self-harm and having a shopping problem and a watching too much damn TV problem. And I'm just not about to hand over any more years of my life to that. Because I'm really sick of it. And yeah, I'll be somebody's mentor for somebody that's got nothing going on and is just a self-hating individual like I used to be, but I'm not going to put that much effort into it. Because if my hard work's just going to be trashed away like that, from being somebody's therapist and being somebody's, you know, life coach and everything, then I start to wonder what the point is. Why am I dumping my time and money into that? Instead of using it for people that are in my current stage of life, that have spent my whole life like, oh no, I can't talk to these people. They're more successful than me. They're going to make fun of me behind my back and in front of me, and they're not going to like me and whatever. Because I've been a mentor to people that ended up robbing me. That's not even a metaphor, that's just true. In fact, one of them keeps coming back into my dreams and just stealing stuff. I had this dream that me and this dude were walking and I dropped this, it was the same type of bag, and it just had $10 of change in there. And I dropped the bag and didn't realize I did it for like 10 feet. And then he goes and steals my freaking $10 bag. And so then I had to trap him in the kitchen of this shack. And I had to knee him in the guts until he cracked like an ant. I don't want to have to be around people that I have to kill in my dreams, you know. I just find that kind of out of order. My life is just actually changing for once. It's kind of cool. For once, it's not in a way that's tied to superiority and frickin' inferiority, you know? I mean, why does there have to be levels to every damn thing? It's a really flawed system. Sometimes I'm not a piece of garbage and you're not a piece of garbage, and, you know, the dog's not a piece of garbage, and nobody's gonna rank us. Nobody's pitting us towards each other. That's just what I want people to understand. And I don't really know if microdosing shrooms has changed me yet, or if it's just, you know, the eclipse and the upcoming solar eclipse and Mercury in retrograde being in the middle of that. Well, things just are changing in my life, and I've been wanting it to happen in a while. You know, I don't have to be the only motivator for myself. Sometimes other people are, you know, the inspiration and the motivators and whatever. And the purpose, what with the play and everything. I don't know. But I was just like the right to be independent. I can just tent on the beach at some point. I had a friend that I was going to do that with, but he just won't frickin' answer me for some reason. He's probably still alive. I don't count on anybody to be alive anymore. The second I don't hear from somebody for a couple days, it's like, oh yeah, she's dead. And it shouldn't be a predictable thing, but it's just a thing that happens all the time. People just are always dying. Everybody. The younger they are, the more likely it seems that they're going to die, because everyone is freaking suicidal these days, and so everybody has to just deal with the fact that your homie was your homie, and then he got addicted to drugs, and now he's dead. And it's like, wow, where did the 2 years go in between that? Where did the 2 years go that, you know, I stopped trusting you? Because drug addicts are literally drug addicts, and they're just going to steal your stuff and whatnot. And then you end up with dead homies, and you end up another homie almost died, and then that person's homie almost frickin' died, and then somebody else did die, and it's like, yeah, well, I'm not gonna pretend that this is a rarity in my life anymore, because it's pretty clear it's not. It's past the pandemic, but people are still, you know, behaving as if all these ideas that have been, you know, disproven for the past billion years are in any form parts of reality. I'm cold and I'm high, and I'm not going to express myself correctly, but just know that there are a lot of things I think that are bad ideas. A lot of things that are pushed towards every teenager and people under 30. They had this episode of 90 Day Fiancé where this greasy hoe bag was with this old frickin' dude, and so she gets trying to fit with some other guy while she's with this frickin' dude. And she tries to make him okay with it. And he's like, yeah, I'm not okay with it. The guy didn't live till 60 to be, you know, stomped down like this. It was absolutely undignified, completely. The fact that she would even suggest this to this guy who dressed himself well, and he was a respectable, moral dude for somebody that's on 90 Day Fiancé. And she was just a frickin' nobody. I mean, when she gets to his age, she'll be nothing. You know, she'll be nothing but frickin' lip injections falling off. Beauty fades, you know. And when it does, you can't be the one that a guy is going to stay with when you're making him be polyamorous or having an open relationship, or however she phrased it. So it's just time to move on from being in a room with anybody that accepts that sort of thing. Because I'd be around people that want to talk about that sort of thing with me. No, I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to support somebody who does. All those people can buy their own island and do that. Oh wait, they already did that. I don't want any part of it. I don't want to have to accept the supposed beauty of somebody that doesn't make any efforts to, dress nice or frickin' take care of his or herself. And then the amount of genders that they say there are, I don't agree with that. I really don't. When I was 14, I was like, hell yeah. How many genders you want me to believe in? Sign me up. I am purposeless entirely. I am a vessel, and I will allow social media to fill me. And now I'm an adult, and I realize that there are lots of repercussions to that, and especially children believing that. Yeah, long story short, I don't want to see any of my friends or any of my friends' kids in the future have spinal damage because they were taking puberty blockers. I don't agree with that. Just don't do it. I transitioned when I was 19, so there should be no earlier age to do that. I just don't agree with it. It's been 46 minutes. Squeak, squeak, squeak.